parts 1 and 2, I revealed how a series of failed warranty repairs and a frustrating insurance battle left me with a defective Tesla Model Y. When I pushed for a buyback, Tesla declined, and their reasoning was downright unsatisfactory. Before we move on, let's take a moment to review the service history of my 2020 Tesla Model Y, because these dates and details tell a story of repeated failures and unheeded warnings. It all began back in early 2023. On February 6th, 2023, my Model Y was brought in due to suspension and steering issues. At that visit, Tesla replaced critical components: the left front lower lateral link, right front lower lateral link, both aft lower front suspension links, and even the upper control arms. They also replaced a cracked front aero shield panel that was affecting the vehicle's integrity. Then, on March 9th, 2023, I experienced a sudden vehicle shutdown. Tesla diagnosed the issue as a faulty left front wheel speed sensor and promptly replaced it. Not long after, on March 26th, 2023, a malfunctioning right headlight was fixed to restore proper function and safety. But the problems didn't stop there. On June 28th, 2023, after another episode of warning lights and even excessive tire wear, I had to return for additional service. That visit addressed a recurring safety restraint system fault, among other issues. Fast forward to January 16th, 2024, when a safety restraint system retrofit was performed, followed closely by a visit on January 24th, 2024, due to severe noise and vibration in the steering. Finally, on October 31st, 2024, another extensive repair visit where I complained about persistent suspension issues flagged in the previous visits, this one topping out at over $10,000. Here's the critical point. Many of these repairs were for the same components that Tesla has issued recalls for. For example, recall 20 V70900, issued in 2020, addressed a potential issue with the rear suspension's upper link. Then, in 2021, recalls 21 V83500 and 21 V912000 specifically targeted the front suspension's lateral links, while recall 21 V389000 focused on ensuring the bolts connecting the front upper control arm to the steering knuckle were tightened to specification. These recalls directly correlate with the parts that have failed in my vehicle. Despite multiple repair attempts and recall actions, the same issues continue to plague my Model Y. It's a stark reminder that these aren't isolated incidents. They're part of a broader pattern that demands closer scrutiny. This detailed history, from repeated service visits to clear recall warnings, is why I had to take further action. It set the stage for my next steps, seeking legal counsel and ultimately turning my attention to an investigation into Tesla's odometer discrepancies. In the next scene, I'll share what happened when I consulted with legal experts about these recurring issues. After months of repeated failed warranty repairs, I reached out to legal counsel in hopes of forcing Tesla into a buyback settlement. On February 2nd, 2024, I received a representation letter from a law firm promising to represent me in my dispute against Tesla. On April 4th, 2024, Tesla formally denied my repurchase request. Their official stance was that the parts, despite multiple replacements on the very components recalled in 2020 and 2021, were replaced only once, and any further issues were due to normal wear and tear. The law firm I consulted advice was clear. Our next step would be to file a civil action in state court under consumer protection laws, but something didn't add up. Despite their assurances and the strong evidence in my service history and recall notices, no lawsuit was ever filed. In fact, it soon became apparent that the firm's enthusiasm was more talk than action. Their reluctance to move forward and my growing suspicion that their ties with Tesla were influencing their decisions, I quickly realized I couldn't rely on legal action through this firm to get a resolution. This legal impasse has only fueled my resolve to uncover the truth behind Tesla's practices. And next, I'm diving deep into the odometer discrepancies that could explain much more than just mileage inflation. With the legal route stalling and my counsel busy drafting talk of a lawsuit that never materialized, I turned my attention to another troubling anomaly that just didn't add up. My odometer readings, which seemed to confirm what many other Tesla owners have been noticing online. I began noticing irregularities that didn't match my actual driving circumstances that should have resulted in significantly lower mileage, not higher. For example, my Tesla spent an entire month transported cross country on a trailer, completely stationary, wheels off the road. Immediately after arriving in California, my daily commute was only about 6 miles to work in Irvine. On top of that, due to constant mechanical issues, my car was often spending days, even weeks, going back and forth to Tesla's service centers, significantly limiting actual driving time. Under these conditions, limited driving, vehicle downtime, and periods spent literally off the road, common sense would dictate extremely low mileage accumulation. In my previous vehicles, 2 Chevrolet Camaros and a Mercedes C-Class 63 AMG, I reliably averaged around 30 to 40 miles per day, even during periods of regular use. But despite these uniquely favorable conditions for recording minimal mileage, my Tesla's odometer inexplicably spiked to 65 or even 77 miles per day. This wasn't an isolated incident or a minor error. It was a clear and recurring anomaly. The mileage simply did not align with reality. After some quick online research, I discovered numerous Tesla owners reporting on forum threads precisely the same issue: exaggerated mileage readings with no reasonable explanation. That's when I knew it was time for a deeper dive. With a professional background in equity research and data analytics across sectors such as TMT, semiconductors, and consumer staples, along with specialized expertise in fundamental analysis of public companies, I recognize this odometer anomaly as a compelling case study. Regardless of my personal challenges with Tesla's mechanical issues, I was genuinely intrigued by this phenomenon and motivated to explore it further. In part 4 of the series, I'm taking you along as I dive into the numbers. I'll show you how my own odometer data compares with what Tesla claims and reveal the discrepancies that many other owners have already noticed. This isn't just about one car. It could be a systemic issue affecting Tesla owners everywhere.